Hi there. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going out targeting rays, formback rays. So I'm just about to make up my rigs that I'm going to use for tomorrow. So I'll show you, I'll make one of them, show you how it's done, and then I'll knock up another one after it just to show you a different variation, which a lot of people seem to get mixed up with. So I'll make a single hook pulley rig to start with, and then I'll show you the difference between a single hook pulley rig and a pulley pennel rig. Okay, there's not much, it's exactly the same rig, but there's a slight difference at the very end. But a lot of people seem to get both rigs mixed up and call one the other one. So okay, let's get into this. Right, I'll just knock you onto pause and put the camera into position so you can see where my rig that I'm making. Okay, one sec. Hi there. Right, okay, so what you can see in front of you is the components that I'm going to use to make the single hook pulley rig and the pulley pennel rig. Okay, so I've pre-cut my rig bodies and my hook snoods just to speed up the actual process of making the video and uploading it, just so it's easier. So what you're going to need, obviously, £60 rig body. I've got a £50 hook snood. I've got an imp attached to a £150 crane swivel, 2 pulley beads, obviously two standard beads, a pulley bead, a £100 crane swivel, and then a variation of hooks. So I've got a 1/0 tamer and a 3/0 cox and roll with a 2/0 limitless ultra point chinook. Okay, and they're the hooks I will use for the rigs that I'm about to make. Okay, so let's get started. I'll just move these out of the way so it's easier. Okay, so we'll start off with the imp and the swivel. Basically attach that to the bottom of your main rig body, your £60 rig body. Okay, so put a bit of line through, tie it off. So 4 turns, put it through the loop formed. Okay, give it a little lick, like so. Pull it down tight. Okay, just make sure that when you make this, trim that off quite close to that. That light is flashing. Okay, so there you go. That's the imp attached with your swivel attached to your main rig body. Okay, the next thing we need is a bead. Okay, so put the bead on. There's the hole. Nope. Definitely going to be one of them days. Where the heck are they? There it is. Okay, got it that time. One bead and your pulley bead straight on. And then here it is, your other bead. Okay, so there you go, imp, £150 crane swivel, bead, pulley bead, bead, rig body. And you need £100 crane swivel. Put that through, put your rig body through it, tie it up. Give yourself a bit of space to make your knot. Okay, 4 turns. And put it through the eye. Put it down. Just give it a little wet. And like I say, I like just to make sure my knots are all nice and tight down. So I like to grip hold of my swivel, just give it a good pull. Okay, so same again. Just trim off that little bit. There you go. That's basically the pulley rig body ready. Okay, so now all we need to do is we need to start with the hook snood. Okay, so like I said, it's a £50 Rovex Surf hook snood. So you want to get the £100 crane swivel and attach the hook snood to that. So half blood knot straight onto that. 2, 3, 4 and through. Lick, tighten it down just like that. Trim off the excess. Okay, this is where it gets a bit awkward. Well, I say awkward, you've just got to measure it right. So, attach your hook. Put your hook into your imp, like so. What you need to do is you need to measure it up, allow the line to pull through the hook, and it'll give you the right measurement at this end. Come on, out you come, there you go. So what you want is basically the bead to sit just on there, so when you do cast, the weight, the power, like the forces created are on the rig body side rather than on the hook snood, because if you cast and it's on the hook snood side, basically what will happen is your hook snood will just snap. So you tie the rig body so it's a little bit shorter than the actual, sorry, you cut the hook snood a little bit shorter than the actual rig body for that reason. Okay, so now we'll just attach the hook. Three, two, and what? 4. Sorry, half blood knot there. 2, 3, 4. Now, come on, there you go. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I'm a big fan of. I like to leave a long tag end. I'll show you why. Okay, make sure it's all rigged up right. So my hook's on now. Just check to make sure it's all working right. It sits correctly. There you go. So see how the pulley bead now is near enough there. So when you go to cast and everything tightens up, basically the way the forces created are all on the actual rig body, the £60, rather than the hook snood. Okay, so as for this end, basically I leave a longer tag end like that. I mean, you can cut them short, but I like to leave a longer tag end, so when I put my bait on, I can get the tag end and I can actually whip that into the actual over the bait as well, so it stops it sliding up the hook. Usually I have a little bit longer than that, but that'll be fine. Okay, that's just a handy tip. The other way is you can cut them neat and just whip it down. Okay, so that there is what's known as a single hook pulley rig. Hi, so the rig that I just tied, I've just have to go back through this bit because I accidentally erased some of the video, so I'll just have to rerun through this little bit. So basically the rig that I've just tied was a single hook pulley rig. Okay, so that was it from its finished form. Okay, so like I say about the tag end quickly, that I use that just to whip over the top of the bait once I've when I'm baiting up. It just stops when you're casting, it just stops the bait flying up your snood. Okay, so said I was going to go through another rig that people make a mistake on, and it's just a little pet hate really. So people go on about using a pulley pennel. Now, a pulley pennel is just basically exactly the same as a single hook pulley rig, but with a pennel setup is where it has 2 hooks instead of 1, so the pennel being the second hook. So I pre-tied a rig. Okay, there's the rig itself, this is the hook snood. Okay, so to make a pennel it has 2 hooks to finish off. Come here you. Okay, so I've got 3/0 specimen extra, Cox and Roll specimen extra, and a 2/0 limitless ultra point chinu. Okay, so to make the pennel setup, you go through the hook eye with the hook pointing, kicking away from it. Okay, so like that. And then this hook here is a free flowing hook, so you just put it up out the way while you tie the last bit on. Okay, tie your last hook on. This time don't leave a tag end, you need to cut it, just make sure I had my scissors, cut it pretty much flush, so half blood knot, 4 turns, tie it off. Okay, a little bit of space, pull my knot tight. Okay, pull it tight, there she goes. There you are. Okay, trim it off reasonably close. Okay, so that there is a pennel setup. Yeah, a pennel is 2 hooks. Now this one here is like a free flowing hook, and all they do to lock it into place is they wrap your snood line around it a couple of times, so, and then it locks it into place. Okay, so what you do when you use a pennel setup, put your bait on your bait needle, or however which way you like to do it, whether you like to do it by hand, thread it onto your bottom hook so that your main bait sits in that bit there, and then all you do, you bring your pennel hook down, you wrap your line around it a couple of times, then your top hook what would be your bait, and then all you do, once it's hooked through the top of your bait, all you do is just pull that tight and pull it down to the top of your bait, so it becomes all, your bait becomes all on top of there, if that makes sense. And it doesn't matter which way you really hook the bait, you can do it with the hook pointing down, pointing up, pointing to the side. There's no set way to do it. Basically it's up to you and how your preference. Okay, you can what's known as snell this hook into place so it becomes a fixed hook, but pennel hooks, you can vary your size bait, then obviously you can go whatever you want, you know what I mean, you can go from really small like so, or to a nice big lug bait with whatever, you know what I mean. So that there is a pulley pennel. Okay, so anybody who keeps saying a pulley pennel and using 1 hook, that's a pulley rig or a single hook pulley. If it's got 2 hooks, that's a pulley pennel, like that. Okay, so there you go, pulley pennel and a single hook pulley, or just a pulley rig. Okay, I hope that helps and I hope it clears it up. Okay, like I say, I hope you're enjoying my videos. Like I say, just no crap videos, you know what I mean. Just let's get into the fish, show you some rigs, show you how to tie them, and you can go out and have a little play yourself, and hopefully it brings you some luck. Okay, thanks for watching. Oh, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. I just try to build the channel a little bit more, and it would really help. So like I say, hope it helps. Thanks very much. Take care, tight lines.